motherfucker, get money. Get money, motherfucker, get money.
We lose ourselves in the spirit of things. We lose our sight when we put our trust in things of this material world, of things that fade away. Let me keep coming back, 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 keep coming back. Keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back, of things we know. Spirit of things, we lose our sight when we put our trust in things of this material world, the things that fade away. Let me keep coming back, 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 keep coming back. Of things we know.
you hurt me so much that I had to leave you. Girl, I thought that you and I would be perfect together, but you hurt me so much that I had to leave you. Be perfect together, but you hurt me so much that I had to leave you. Girl, I thought that you and I would be perfect together, but you hurt me so much that I had to leave you.
Hello, Cloakle. Welcome. Welcome. Happy Monday and all that jazz. Happy Voldemort Day. Doesn't feel like a Monday today. It's a nondescript day. Pull us out of purgatories. I've missed you, wonderful human beings. I need those tabs open there and in my brain. Fun. Oh, I need to remember. Let's keep going. Coffee. I'll try and compare the two later. Ringo needs new food. But I don't know which one is better. I'm gonna try and figure out which one has a bigger kibble size. I don't really differentiate with like breed size for prescription food. Goofy. Goofy. I'll get this all pulled up and then we'll go see Tank and release the Slavka. She's been socializing a little bit. I say that lately. As her idea of socializing is the same as Tank, bum rushing everyone. Which is a little daunting. What the why? What the why? It's a cat hair. On my lash. Be gone. There we go. I might need to grab a battery pack for this at some point. I think it's okay for now. Song makes me feel like I'm in like an anime intro. It's an interesting one. Now let's cross fingers and paws. It wants to work. I'm starting at home. Success! Success has been obtained. Oh, what do I have this connected to though? Oh, just black screens? But no, you can't do that. No. Man. Man. I swear to God, the first thing I'm gonna move is mannequin. There's like just no longer a space for it here. It's not happening. It's not happening. Hi, Gunther. Gunther, you're very cute. Very adorable. More coffee. And Mr. Voya, you look so regal. So regal. You tiny little tiger. Wouldn't that just be moonwalking? Or dancing on the moon? Venture to guess. Hi, Diesel. You look naughty. You're gonna wear that tail out. I learned recently that dogs can get something called swimmer's tail. Like their tail just needs a break from wagging. And they can't wag their tail for a while. Usually it's from swimming. But dogs can get that from happy butt too. And Diesel, I feel like you're a candidate for that. I feel like you are. Maybe we gotta put some medicine in your eye. I was gonna say her one eye, but literally her one eye, her one remaining eye, is upset she has the flower coat of shame. Just so she can't like scratch at it. Hi, you're gonna have to go in your house in a little bit because we're gonna let Fluff out. Oh, that's probably why it's happening. You whap her in the tail, or whap her in the face with your tail. Uber. Oh, well, if you're gonna do this in the kitchen, then we'll do this in the kitchen. I think you're just trying to walk away from Diesel, but Diesel is everywhere. Diesel is everything. Baby loves Diesel. Is this family party? Hello. I love you. I love you. I love you. Scoots. You gotta take care of Pippi. You gotta take care of Pippi. Let's do this. Sit. Sit. Diesel. The concept of sitting on your butt. Diesel, down. 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 Thank you. Ringo bark. Good boy. Hi. Let's see your eye. Is that so, Go-Go? Oh, Pippi got slower. I was trying to figure out who else was getting irritated. Honest to God, Diesel, it's probably your tail. He's so mindful about not running into her, which is wonderful, but can't control what that tail do. Sir, it's not your turn. Down. You want your eyes clean too? Diesel, down. Down. Oh, you're not listening. Sit. Sit. Thank you. You're gonna sit on your Doompa. Oh my God, you're such a meanie head. You're such a meanie head. I want to help. Vet tech in training. Do some drops. Some drops. There you go. It's already much less red. It was very red yesterday. Is that better, little stinky? Yes, better. You need a haircut soon. I want your eyes to the better before we do bathrooms. Diesel, you're such a good helper. You're such a good helper. Yes, you are. You're such a good helper. You've been saying hi to your brother? Kind of. Sometime this week they're gonna go for a walk together. Say hi, brother. Hi, brother. Hi, brother. We're gonna pretend like, ow, we're not on the phone because you act like an idiot when I'm on the phone. Does anyone else's dog do that? If they think I'm on the phone, like I'm streaming or I'm actually on the phone, they act extra ridiculous. You're such a big puppy. I'm glad you're feeling better. It was nice to spend a week together, but I would have liked to do regular life too. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think about that, Nibbler? All you're doing is pushing me backwards. Go, go. No, no. Go, go, no, no. Oh, no, no sleeves. No sleeves. Thank you. You're so big. You can't be clomping around like that. Nope. 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 You don't get hands if you're gonna be a big goober. That's my leg. My leg. Ringo. Oh, you're gonna use your voice? Use your big boy voice. Otherwise, you sound like a golden retriever. Use your big boy voice. Say, no, that's okay, Mom. He barks and he sounds like a little bitch. I really hope he'll grow out of that. I mean, like, visually, he could be intimidating. But bark-wise, you sound like a little bitch. Little bitch, little bitch. Welcome, Cygenics. It's just a guy thing. When the women near us aren't paying attention to us, we act up. All attention, whether negative or positive, is still attention, right? I think that's what it is. Me, 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 me. I was in here 20 minutes ago. He stayed asleep in his crate. Now he knows my attention is divided. You gotta watch your feet. Oh my god, you big hunking beast. Ah. When I hold him like that, I feel like I'm literally dancing with the beast from Beauty and the Beast. Alright, you're allowed to do that one more time. Ow, that's my leg! That's my leg! Come here. One more, and then it's illegal. He's getting there. You make me look a little bit taller, Ringo, for now. Welcome, Tommy. How you doing tonight? How's Mr. Kai? How are you? Bring Kai over to the stream. Have him say hi to cousin Ringo, who wants to keep biting my ass, literally. Why? My butt is not a hand. Oh my god, you goob. You goob. That's my scrunchie. Here, let's do something positive and constructive. There you go. It actually is doing well over here. It doesn't feel like a Monday today. I'll take that and put that in my pocket, even though I don't have pockets. I wish this dress had pockets. I thought it had a boob pocket. Is this inside out? Is that a pocket? No, never mind. He's good. Aw, I saw your good news. He's a candidate for surgery and he's scheduled, I think. Get his little legs fixed. Oh. You missed. You missed. Oh. You are such a gentle giant. Like, you're a big idiot, but you're a gentle giant. I love you. I love you, bitch. Arr. Ain't no gonna stop loving you, bitch. Are you so big and tough? Are you so big and tough? You're a big baby. You're a baby. You're just a baby. You're a big baby. You're a baby. Baby goober head. Baby goober head. I just did the floors. I get socks slide everywhere now. It's nice. Though it scared the shit out of me earlier. I took a nap with the boys, and then I got up and I almost slipped and ate shit. I was like, oh, fuck. Oops. Oops, oops. Those are the nicest wood floors in the house, in the boys' room / the stream room. And they always get extra slippery when I clean them. Yeah, if you said something about fertilizing eggs, I think Kick ate the chat because I don't have it on here. Fixing legs, not fertilizing eggs. Oh, he's getting neutered. Thought autocorrect intervened. Heck yeah. He's gonna be feeling so good. He's gonna have a good, long, happy life with you. He's gonna be feeling so good soon. I'm excited for you guys. Woo! Bingo spun me. I could use him as a. Oh, you gotta hold on to it. As like a back channel for balance and motion. Woo! I wonder how many times we can do this. The toy twist, though. I didn't consider that. Oh, now I'm dizzy. Counter spin. Okay. We survived. I remember our. Such a groover. Oh, I meant to change this category to animals, aquariums, and zoos. I think I could do it if I opened it in web, but I don't want to. Zoom in a little bit. He is so happy. Like, Kai is happy. Kai better be happy. He hit the jackpot. But Ringo's very happy too. I don't think his ears are ever going to stop being floppy. They're just so big. Like, they're as big as my hand. Give me your ear. They're as big as my hand. I don't think he's ever going to stop having floppy ears. I think to some extent you're always going to look like a baby. He's got that big clunky head. I don't know. He's officially 91 pounds. And everyone keeps saying they think, like, vets that we've seen and whatnot. No, you're not going to eat that. Everyone thinks he's going to top out at, like, 120. Which is pretty big. But as long as you stay calm, that's all that matters. Just need Ringo to talk, and just chatting is fine. No, we don't want him to talk. He barks like a golden retriever. He barks like a bitch dog. I love him, and I don't mean to say that being an asshole, but he barks like a bitch dog. He barks like a golden retriever. He barks like a poodle. Ringo, speak. He's doing sign language for give me rope. Ringo speaks sign language. Ooh. Go for a circle. Go for a circle. Go for a circle. See, I'm too big. There's not enough room in here for a circle, Mom. Of course, we have little kid the welcome wagon over here. The welcome wagon. And Mr. Melt. Mr. Melt. You're allowed to put the camera down. Usually you like to walk into it if it's down. Are you allowed to do that? Oh, you just whipped me in the head with your ear. You said whack, whack. Whack, whack. Nom, 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 nom. Gotta get you a new crate soon, buddy. 1, I have too many blankets to put on top of it. 2, you're getting tall. You're getting tall. You're getting tall. You really scared us this week, sir. I'm glad you're okay, but Lord, that was daunting. Thank you all for being so patient with me. For a multitude of reasons, but this time for Ringo. That was very scary. And I love you all very much, Club Cold. But we live generally a lot longer than they do. And if there's ever a situation where I need to be with them, then that is what I choose. World be damned. I love you all, but I'll be damned, but whoever needs me. Because I need you, buddy boo. I need you. And instead, turns out, You just have a funny ow tummy like your mom. That's just how it goes, huh? That's just how it goes. You're such a goober. You're such a goober. Kai Kai. Aw, I love that you're doubling his name. I've been calling Ringo Go-Go. That's cute. They're long-distance cousins. It's only 58 pounds. Oh, he's probably about the size of Chauncey then. I feel like he's a little taller and thicker than Chauncey, but Chauncey's just a little bit less than 60 pounds. He's 60 pounds if he has to poop. Yeah, he's been on crate rest for quite a while. Are you guys going to try hydrotherapy for his recovery? Does he like water at all? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Yeah, that's what it is. If you don't miss me a little bit, you don't know what you're missing out on. A dog pulling on a rope. Aw, I like Kai Kai. Kai Kai is more fun because Kai just makes me think of KY Jelly, unfortunately. And that's not his fault. That's just because of a dog I used to know. Because his name was KY Jelly. They called him Kai. I don't know how far away. You would probably be a good chunk of hours, at least 4 or 5, I would think. There's a place in Valparaiso, Indiana, that has a saltwater pool for dogs, and it's really cool. I like it. The last time we were healing up Chauncey's hips really bad, I found out about that one. Hey, Baron, how you doing tonight? Oh, what are you doing? You're redonkulous. Puppy tired, but still want to play. Still want to play. Giddy up. We're going for a ride. Which way are you going? Are you an agility dog? I would love to try that with you, but when you get any taller, you will be literally in my crotch. Then we can't be agile. I'm going to teach him to be one of those rodeo dancing dogs. That would actually be hilarious. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. I do like the place in Valparaiso, though. But that would probably be a decent chunk of hours for you. You know, I have friends in Grand Rapids, and I think it would be like a 2-hour drive for them. Something like that. Serena just shaved down the bone where it's broken. Fix the joint and leave it so it has room, and the muscle should help stabilize it more. I just saw my vet's office often has pit bulls and parolees on, and I just saw an episode where they did that with one of the dogs they rescued. I know exactly what you're talking about. I feel like that'll be easier on him too. He's younger. I think he'll have a good muscle mass to replace it, and I think the full hip replacement would just hinder him. I mean, I don't have any professional stake in this, so ignore everything I'm saying. Where are you going? But that's exciting. Do you feel good about the protocol? Like, that's what's most important, is that you're satisfied with this level of care. Heck yeah. They know their stuff. Ringo, I'm lucky to have you, and Kai is lucky to have Tommy. Yes. You would have been in a much different situation right now if you didn't have you. Thank you for being a good human. Ooh, when are they going to be able to fit them in? Wait, I think I saw you posted sometime in September? That's not too far. That's just a month away. Oh my god. I was going to say that's not too far, just a few months. It's not July anymore, Serena. He just finished his heartworm treatment. He doesn't have a negative test result yet. He is going to. Crossing fingers and paws. That's awesome. Yay! I'm so proud of you guys. You've been through it. It's gonna be all better soon. September 2nd. We will have to think extra good thoughts for our little buddy friend then. For your cousin Kai. Yes. The zoo has such a big extended family. Alright, you gotta drop it. You gotta drop it. Drop it. Thank you. And take a break on rope. Here, guess what? I got the good stuff for you. I got the good stuff. Hello, Diesel. Diesel's like, I want the good stuff. And we gotta feed you at exactly midnight. Ringo has to eat at precisely midnight and precisely, what's my butt? Noon now. No room for any leniency. None whatsoever. Kong, squeeze cheese. Almost out of this stuff. And then I gotta buy like spray cheese or something. I don't know. Lieutenant Kai, you have new legs. He's gonna be feeling so good. He's gonna be the happiest. He's already the happiest. And he's gonna be even happier. Imagine that. That's some cool stuff right there. Oh, you probably don't want to leave your food bin open. You'll eat it all. That wouldn't be good. Then you get it stuck to the sides. Isn't that gross? Here you go. Want your Kong Kong? Kong Kong. There you go. Nom 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 nom. He loves that thing. Happy. Happy, happy. He has such a big mouth, but he tries so hard, but that's also the biggest one that they make. I don't have a solution for that otherwise. Yep, he turns into a pumpkin. Technically, he turns into a puker, but we can go with pumpkin too, because that's a little cuter than puker. He has a very sensitive stomach, either congenitally or due to, I don't even know how to say the word, hypoplasia? 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 That's your brother. Hi. Say hi, brother. Alright, you have not met Slavka yet. You are a little bit too much for her, because you are big and wild. But the senior center is all good. So you're going to go in your house, Diesel. That way I can just let her up after we see Tank. Oh my god, Chauncey, thank you for sharing. Hey, someone needs to move out of my way here. Thank you. Voya, you left me. Why are you coughing? What's wrong? What did you do? What did you do? What did you do? Can you get out of everyone's face, big head? Diesel, okay, I love you. You're a good boy. House. Thank you. You can't just be in everyone's face for everything. Are you okay? Okay. You're just being a weirdo. I love that for you. I love that for you. Baby kid, are you going to say hi to Slavkas? Yes, yes, yes. Our little tiny demon girl. Boys' room is all good. Want some water? I want my coffee. We're going to be like on this side for a while. I want my coffee out here. I don't want to grab it while she's ootin' a boot. She's being good with everyone. She's just very playful. And that's a lot for older cats. And Charlie is like, I already raised babies. I ain't raising another one. So they're having a little bit of drama. Charlie wants nothing to do with her. You don't have to be her mother. But Charlie, wow, that was scary. I didn't know that. But I love you. You are okie dokie artichoke. Her and Gunther touched nosies. And it was very cute. They were like, oh my god, cute girl. What do we do? Boys, you're adorable. The little kid is like, oh god, she's gonna try and play with me. Oh no, help. 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 Drum solo by Diesel. His tail is gonna stop working one of these days. He wags it so hard. Just so hard. You guys, I had my worst fear come to life as I started stream today. I love the seniors out, Libby and Chauncey, for one more little potty moment. And a cicada got inside, which I am terrified of cicadas, and I don't say that lightly. Cicadas are my worst nightmare. My worst nightmare. And one got into the kitchen. Thankfully, a little kid went at it, but he doesn't fully kill things, he just maims them. So I had to do the final kill, and it was not okay. And those things are giant. They are from the dinosaur age. They are giant. They are scary. They are huge. They should never have fucking existed. They should have never made it this far. They're birds. They're bugs, but they're birds. They should never still be alive. And one got into my house for the second time in the 10, 11, 12, I don't know, years that I've lived here. 12, I think, 2013. Now, yeah. It was so big. That's what she said. But it was so big. I'm so freaked out by them that I didn't even want to grab napkins to put them in the garbage. So instead, I grabbed a rag, and I sacrificed a rag, and he's dead inside of a rag inside of a garbage. So I guess he got like an honorable burial, kind of. But I was too afraid to even touch it through napkins. And then it did one more click in the garbage, even though I smashed the hell out of it and just... Yeah, like the ancient Egyptians. Cheers to that. It was terrible. I screamed so loud. It was so bad. But what business does one of them have coming into the house? Like, what is wrong with you? It, like, came in as I was closing the door, and it was not okay. And then I thought it was still outside for a minute, but then it was inside. It was not okay. It was not okay at all. It's not okay. If anyone watches Bob's Burgers. One of the songs from it. It's not okay. I'm really afraid of cicadas. They really freak me out. It's not okay. Cicadas are pretty fascinating, honestly, because they are like dinosaur bird bugs. But they're fucking terrifying. They are my worst nightmare. I don't want this to happen, and I hesitate to jinx this. But I'd rather be attacked by like 10 spiders at a time than one cicada. I don't know if it's because it flies or what, but it's fucking evil. Fucking evil. They're evil! We will be right in with you, little princess. Little Slavka. We have to take care of brother first. Brother Tank. Hello, brother Tank. Hello, привет. Nice to see you. How are you doing today? How are you doing today? Boys, you probably don't want to hang out downstairs, because then Slavka's going to bum rush you. American spiders. Let me rephrase that. Not like the big Australian ones, because that's just a cicada with 8 legs. Hello, Mr. Tank. I missed you, buddy. How you doing? How you doing today? Say, I got leaky eyes. I know you've had big leaky eyes. You hear your brother being ridiculous? Do ya? Do ya? Tank, you are royalty. Come here, baby. Oh my god. So no, join my OnlySnacks. Ah! Tripod. He was asking me to join his OnlySnacks. Now he's subscribing to his own Only Scratch. Squish, 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 squish. What did you do to this thing? Such a goober. Come here, Goofy. Snuggle me. Snuggle me. Come here. Do it. Come here. Tank. Hey. Come here. There you go, buddy. That's a buddy. What is in your hair? I don't know. Put your butt on my phone. Don't press buttons, please. Don't press buttons, please. You're such a good boy. He's like 2 steps away from a lap. We're getting there. We're making progress. And we got like a little spoon going on. Here for it. You're a good cheeky boy, Tink. Cheeky. You're so cute. I love you. He's a happy boy. He's a happy boy. We're gonna get new nails this week, Tank. What do we do with them? I think it's time for them to be completely redone because my natural nails are pretty long underneath. But I kind of want to do the same thing, but I feel like that's annoying. Like redo it, but do the same thing. But I like these. I don't know, Tank. Maybe we'll keep it like the same, but like add cat faces. Have each letter say M, or each nail MEOW. Meow. Little cat on the nail. For a grooming convention years ago, that was the last time I got my nails done. And I did, I think, paw prints on my thumbs. I think I did all black with a French tip and then a white paw print on the thumbs. I'm actually proud of myself for doing that when I did. I literally drove by a spot place. And they were like, walk-ins welcome. And I was like, fuck it, I'll do my nails. I used to be so brave. Mr. Tank. You are a lover boy tonight. No! Oh, I was gonna spoon you. Is it just because I moved? That's not fair. That was a good shoulder pop, though. Oh, big stretch. Okay. Snack time it is. Snack time it is, Tankaroo. Snack time it is. Oh, we're gonna swap your ice. Ice, baby. Dun 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 dun. Hold on. Guess what? It's Monday, which means 2 days until Probiotic Wednesday. OMG. No way. No way. Yes way. No way. Yes way. No way. Yes way. Wait. Still laughing at the idea of Ringo turning into a pumpkin. He doesn't eat at exactly midnight. I am bemused. I am bemused. Tank, you're gonna be in charge for a moment. Mom feels kind of yuck. Let me put this back. Tank is in charge. Relay all comments and questions to the boy. I will be right back. And then we're going to release the tiny demon girl. My little protege. You look so forlorn. Tank. He was just creeping closer and closer to his little bowl, I'm sure. Alright, Snack Man. I don't want to bop you in the face with the door. It's 11:11, Tank. Make a wish. It's 11:11. Make a wish. And if you're not in my time zone, then you get to cheat and make an extra wish. Haha. Plot twist. There you go, Stinky. Ready? Ready? Ready, Freddy? Yummy. Soup, soup, soup. Oh my god, Tank, you almost jumped into it. Are you okay? I love you. That was a little loopy la. A little loopy la. Mr. Sir. Mr. Sir. Alright, tiny demon girl, hold on. You guys will understand the verbiage when you see what she is capable of. I will butcher that to hell, but Tank is the snack man. Skibbity doo. Doo-da doo-da. He's the snack man. Alright, you children. You're going to want to go upstairs. At least definitely you, Chong. Because she will chase you. She thinks you want to play. Sir. Oh, this is all wonk. I like this tripod, but it just does not do me any favors. I like it. It doesn't like me. That's really what's going on here. Alright, boys, how about we do upstairs? And I can release the beast girl. Please? Go upstairs. Go upstairs. Chomp. Okay, say hi to everybody. Hi. They do look similar, but they're distinctly different. I don't know if I told you guys, my dad recently learned that this is Chong, not Kid. And that's Kid, not Chong. For the record, he's been cat sitting for me my entire adult life. She's just been calling the cats by the wrong names, apparently. So I thought Chong was the really nice one. He was really nice, but Kid is the nicest. Alright, you boys need to go upstairs. You need to go upstairs. You need to go upstairs. There's a lot more than Tank. There's a lot. There'd be kitties everywhere. It's a house full of pussy. Are you gonna try and drink my tea? It's good tea. Oop. Mango passion fruit tea. Boys, it's not helpful. You need to go upstairs so we can release the tiny demon girl. Come on, because Ringo has to eat at midnight. Up, up, up. Like the broom in Harry Potter. Up, up, up. Close the door for a minute. Tiny demon girl's near you. Tiny demon girl's near you. Hi. Hello. 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 Meow. 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 That's my tea also. She's gonna be everywhere. Of course, I folded all the blankets and then I did more blanket laundry, so it looks no nicer down here. Meow. Meow. What? What? Hi. Hi. Big Taco. Showstopper. Meow. Meow. Oh no. Mom is just breaking the tripod today. Hold on. About 1,000. Tiny demon girl. Which way are you gonna go? They let me upstairs to my siblings. Release me. Welcome to Mantover. She is so happy. She's a lot quieter without the sound of the enhancing cone. Oh, that does kind of echo. 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 I probably look like a fish doing that. You do. Ah! That's the tripod. Have a little less sound going on there, girly. Tiny demon girls near you. You guys will understand when you see her with Chong. It's a tiny demon. You're gonna do your 11s and then we'll go upstairs. I love you. I love you. I love you, tiny demon girl. Tiny demon girl. Ready to go see everybody? Alright, little tot. What are you doing? Come on, little biddle. Little biddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. That's broken right now. I need to fix that. We're just moving the basement door, sweetie. It's open. Come on. Alright, why isn't the stain up? What did I do wrong here? Did I start that? I cannot have broken this already. I just bought it. There we go. Okay. It's better. Better, better. She is going into the big zoo. She doesn't have any special needs except for, like, mentally, like me. So, she's going to be fully integrated. She's getting along with Pippi and Chauncey so far. It's only been a couple days that I've had her out and about. So she hasn't met Diesel. But she has said hi to Ringo, which is cool. We're just going to follow her around for a while. We're going to cat map. IRL. Hi, Charlie. Hi. That's Marbles. That's a dog. That's my shoes. Her little twitches. Was there a bug? Get it. Oh no, this is a piece of grass. Now it's on your face. Come here. No, come here. You got grass on your face. Girl, you are not decent. There she goes. There she goes. Big Zoo, brace yourselves. Oh my god. More like just Chong. She wants to play with Chong so bad. But Chong is afraid of her. She just rushes at him. Where you going? Hi, tiny demon. Hi, tiny demon. Hi, tiny demon. She's like, okay, now that the door is open, I can explore down here. What you doing, babies? Slavka. She's not having an obsessed moment with the toys. She does listen to her name, which is cool. Hi, kid. You gonna go sneak some of her food? You gonna go see what Kid is up to? See? Tiny demon girl. She just runs. You gotta figure it out amongst yourselves. She wants to play, but she's so fast. It's scary. It doesn't give anyone a chance to read her body language and understand that she's playing because she just launches at them. Kid's trying to give her a second chance. No, those are my cords. Yes, you're still a good girl. Yes, you're still a good girl. Tiny demon girl. Tiny demon girl. Tiny demon girl near me. Why don't you go upstairs? Why don't you go upstairs? Say hi, kid. And she's like, and you stay the fuck away from my food. Hi. You want to come upstairs? We're into the basement. Well, I left Club Cold upstairs, honey. I don't know who's laughing at you or who's congratulating you right now. Oh, no, is this still broken? No. There we go. No. Yes. No. Hello. Tiny demon girl's near you. You are so silly. Let's get some shoes. Let's get some shoes. Shoes. My food. And Chong and Kid like to eat her food. Kid. Oh my fucking god! I gotta take this out of here for a second to figure it out. I don't know what's not working. One of the three components is not working. I just don't know which one. There. Stay. Get your shit together. Good girl. She's drinking it down. Good job, mamas. Good job, mamas. Little mamacita. Drinky, drinky. As if you don't drink enough otherwise. You're the thirstiest girl there ever was. Where did I put my tea, Slavka? Is it downstairs too? I think so. I think so. Get out of her food. Get out of our food. Little demon. Tiny demon girl. Tiny demon girl's near me. That's all I've been saying to Chong for the last, I don't know, 48 odd hours. Where'd you go? You just eating your food. Well, he's allowed to eat your food, even though I said no. Breaks. See, now he'll run away. And she thinks he's playing. It's exactly what Tank did, but Tank is a big boy. And she's a little girl. So I'm a little bit more comfortable with them trying it. And she's just a baby. Whereas Tank is like an established male cat. Oh my god. She's climbing on the side of the litter box. Oh no, now she's going under the bar. You're crazy. Slavka. Hi. You know your name. I've never had a cat respond that directly to their name before. It's really cool. Scritch, scritch. Scritch, 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 scritch. Tiny demon girl. Is that ear really itchy? Goodness golly. Finish shaking before you walk, girl. Think about it. Think about what you're doing before you do it. Why are you making me think for you? Do you think I can even think for myself? Can you think if I can even think for myself if you're not even thinking yourself? Thinkception. What? What? You're supposed to explore. Come upstairs. I don't want to leave you down here with Kid, but come upstairs. Slavka. Slavka. He's like, no, I gotta guard my food. He's gonna eat my food. It's still there. Ow! So is the bar. Ow. Ow. Oh my god. Ow. I whapped it right into my back. There goes Demon Girl. Holy fuck, I hate when I do that. It's one of the few reasons I wish I was a little taller. I don't really care about my height anymore. If I was a little taller, I don't think I would run into those in like the same spot, which would be much better. Flip. I don't like using the web version of this strictly because the flip is, you have to flip it 3 times. It's goofy. It's goofy. Ooh, she jumping. She jumping. What yoga move is it where you stick your whole foot into your ear? I don't know. I don't know what it would be called, but I know what you're talking about. Your whole paw. They make an FELV vaccination? I know they make an FIV one, but she didn't have that one. Which is probably a good thing, because she had such a bad reaction to her vaccines. Next time she goes in, yes. We didn't want to shove them in there all at once. I didn't know there was an FELV vaccine, though. Yeah, that was a big Family Guy ow. That was painful. Good thing the bar is toddler-proofed. I mean, thankfully, it's upholstered, so it's like puffy leather. I don't know how to describe that. She was literally just there. This little disappearing demon. Dude, Charlie is very sick of her shit. And, like, she hasn't even had to deal with any of it. Charlie Bear. Charlie Bear. So it could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot more painful. Thankfully, no. But it still hurt pretty decent. Obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't have reacted like such a bitch. Let him through. Thank you. Tiny demon girl's near you. And there she goes. There's no one else down there. I'm going to let her run around for a minute. I'm going to fill my vitamins. Charlie Bear. You fill the vitamins. You fill the vitamins. Fill the vitamins with Charlie. I would be interested to look up, though, if there is an FELV vaccination now, though. Because that and FIV are so... can be so sad of diseases. There we go. Let me rephrase that as best I can. But I do plan on getting her the FIV one. When she goes in to have her blood work rechecked. She's going to have to be knocked out to have her blood work rechecked. She is not nice at the vet. She is a tiny demon. She is a tiny demon. Your sister is a tiny demon. She might not be young enough for it anymore, though, because I think they're supposed to do it under 6 months the last time I did research on it. And she's definitely over 6 months now. And it's supposed to be before they're exposed to, like, any other cats in a household, but she hasn't met Tank or Voya. So it's not like she would have any exposure to it, other than when she was outside. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if we can do it or not. If you have it, we're not planning on taking you outside, but I don't know if it changes. Like the Gardasil vaccine, the HPV vaccine, I never got it, but then I was supposed to get it. Like, I had to get a bunch of vaccines before I started my Remicade, and I couldn't get that one anymore because this version of it that's out now is only for ages, like, up to 25. Whereas the one prior to this was like up to age 42 or something like that. So I have to wait for another version of it to come around, I guess, if I actually really want it, because I couldn't get it. So apparently I don't need it. I don't want to get it. I'm filling my vitamins, girls. Charlie gonna tell you no. Miss Ma'am. She says, but I'm a sweet potato. I see rub onto sweet potatoes, but I'm a sweet potato. No, you can't climb the window. I hate to break it to you. Give her a sniff, Charlie. A sniff and a growl. A sniff and a growl. Okay, there we go. See, she's on her way. Ooh, there is an FELV vaccine. I know Charlie didn't get that one. I wonder if we could do that one too. Because, I mean, they're not ever going to be outdoor cats. But heaven forbid they get outside. You know? That wouldn't be good. That would not be good. Charlie will not put up with any of her bullshit. Charlie said, I already raised babies. I ain't raising no more. It's not for me. I already did that. I would imagine that's how it would go if I ever asked my dad to babysit if I had human children. Like, I already did that. I'm not doing that again. Vets recommend not doing it unless they had potential exposure. I mean, she tested negative for both, but there are other feral cats that roam the area where she was. There's one feral Tom that's been there for like years, and I think that's who knocked her up. He's probably the head honcho of the quarry. Hi, baby. Do you want to look into the vaccine too, Charlie? Oh my God, I had a telehealth visit with my last one for my GI doctor at Northwestern. And as soon as the telehealth visit started, Diesel lets out the biggest trucker burp in the world, which was one, embarrassing, and two, I laughed about it and apologized, and the doctor was like, I didn't even hear it, but I guess he's in the right place for it. And then we had to laugh about that too, because I didn't even need to call it out. But like, was he trying to tell me something? So this appointment's for me. It's mine. Biffy, where are you going, honey? Digging the China over there? China? Okay. There you go. Charlie, you're a good helper. Where did the tiny demon girl go? she put herself in the doghouse. She kind of likes being in here, which is interesting. She's very silly. Hi, puppies. Hi, puppies. Like in here, she can sit. Well, Marbles isn't in there anymore, but she was socializing in there with Marbles. Tiny demon girls. Charlie, the box is for vitamins, not for you. I'm sorry. Senpai noticed me. Blech. It was such a big, nasty burp, and he was right next to me. It was so loud. It was very embarrassing. It was obnoxious. It was very unnecessary. He said, Doctor, I have a question. Why doesn't Mom go? That is the question. Ah, no, not the silicone. No, not the silicone. Silicone's garbage. Garbaggio. Yeah, I've been so lazy for the last week. I've just been making like a shot glass of my vitamins every day. I've not filled this box. I think it's an accountability thing. Where did that just fall to? In the box. Whereas I started doing this on stream, and now if I'm not doing it on stream, it's like, it doesn't matter. No one knows. No one knows that I'm not being responsible with my days and putting these into the boxes for each day. Because now I suddenly have the fucking stupid motivation to do it. What do you think, tiny demon girl? I don't know. Where'd you go? She hasn't seen the bedroom yet. Maybe she's in the bedroom. I don't hear anyone hissing, so everything's fine. Ew, Chauncey! Excuse you. Little tutor booter. What day is it? Monday? And we'll do Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I need more of this to leave the bottle out. Potassium. Because apparently it doesn't matter how many bananas or potatoes you eat. Still gotta take potassium. It doesn't annoy me or anything. Boop, 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 boop. Done. Oh wait, it didn't get here. Wait, is that it? It is! Why did I put this away? The vitamin C. Chauncey didn't want to burp since you didn't like it, so you took the only option he left him. Well, I mean, better out than in. But, like, does he have to do it right next to stream? He's so considerate. So considerate. Chauncey has quite the trucker burp. Although, thinking about it, I know this is kind of gross, but Ringo doesn't burp or fart. And I probably should have noticed that in conjunction to his GI issues. Because those are things that my body doesn't do. Really, every once in a while I'll burp, but that's like it. So hopefully he'll start burping and farting and can share in with the other boys once he gets his tummy back a little on track. There we go. Ringo is a girl. Well, he poops, so he's not quite a girl. He's girly enough. He has a girly bark. He has such a girly bark. He sounds like such a little bitch. I love that for him. Cryogenics is on the same brainwave. He can't be a girl. He poops. Girls don't poop. Alright, where did my tiny demon girl go? Where? Oh, she's in bed. Oh, she's puffy. What happened? Why are you puffy? Why are you puffy? What happened? What happened to my child? Whoa, that's not going to balance there. Why are you puffy? You're puffin', but you're in bed. That's your first time in bed. Baby. Oh, puppies are going to be a lot. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Thank you. Aw. Oh, she's in Charlie's little crib. Hello. Say, Ayo, MTV. Welcome to my cribs. Oh, now we're under the desk. It's the Slavka report. Now we're under the desk. What are you doing? You sniffing around? Are you sniffing around? Ringo poops like a horse. When I clean out the yard, which has to be done like 3 times a week now, it's like mucking a stall. It's quite ridiculous. She wants to be tall. She wants to be a mighty queen. She's gonna walk across the TV. $10. Betting now. How are you gonna get around the catnip, sister? I don't think she thinks before she does. Let me help you out there. Are you gonna try and jump to the tree? I got my stuff up there. Oh, good job. Aw. Finally. The girly tree for Charlie is now gonna be used by Slavka. Okay. Are you gonna look at yourself because you're so beautiful? You're gonna look at yourself because you're so beautiful? What's you doing, tiny demon girl? She is looking at herself. She says, I'm so beautiful. Oh my God, you made me so pretty. I got it from my mama. Check it out. Now she has to sniff the floor. She's so cute and silly. He's so cute and silly. Chong is in the bed. He's sneaky. He does look like a pillow. He's a pillow. He's a pet. He's a pillow pet. Tiny demon girl. Tiny demon girl. Where's he going? Where's he going? Seeing the little dat. And there she goes. And there she goes. Finally, that tree is getting more use now in like the last half hour. Than God, like the whole year that Charlie's had it. She's so funny right now. Flip, camera. Flip. You son of a bitch. There. Oh, she moved back up. She was under it like a, I don't know, like a frog. Yeah, hi, kid. See, kid is friend. Friend, not foe. Not William Defoe. Not your mortal enemy foe. Friend. Oh, that's a good girl. That's a good girl. Kid, don't push it. Don't push it. She's smelling the TV and admiring herself. She's licking windows in her head right now. Just let her do it. Friends, not food. She's so cute. Kid looks... Oh, Pippi! Pippi. She's like, it's not my fault. I have a cone in one eyeball. There you go. She looked at Diesel. Diesel says, hey, pretty lady. You say hi to your bros? Say hi, Gunther. I'm guessing Gunther is right there. No one is right there. Gunther is kind of low-key in love with her. He was being polite. Little Ken is very polite. It's not their fault that she launches. Say hi, Ringo. That's the big dog you used to run around with. Say, whoa, how'd he get here too? What happened? What happened? You want to go check out the other litter boxes? She's fascinated by the concept of a hole in the door. What? What? No, that's not plugged in or on. There's toys in the bathtub. Tiny demon girls near you. No, you don't want to jump on the bathroom counter. It's a mess. It is a mess. It's a mess. Girl, it is a mess. There's way too much going on in there. There's 2 bathrooms worth of stuff in one bathroom right now. Because you occupy the other bathroom. Not blaming, not shaming, just saying. Just saying. Hi, Munster. We'll get you some snacks in a few, boo-boo. We gotta go admire ourselves more. So pretty. So bitchy. You're just everywhere, girl. Kid, I'm sorry. She's a little snake. A little sneaky snake. What you doing, tiny girl? She's so little but so brave. She's saying hi to Diesel. Getting ready to smack him through the crate. Say, I've heard about you. You're the flying Diesel. She loves all these mirrors. That's one thing I think I and the zoo, oh God, what are you doing, are going to miss. There's a lot of mirrors built into this house. I mean, like, I own a lot of mirrors. But I'm going to miss this room. This room was actually one of the selling points for me. I was always jealous of my friends when I was a kid who had bedrooms with closet mirrors. Like basically just like a whole wall of mirror, kind of. And I was like, oh my god, this house has it. And it had everything else I wanted to. You are silly. I'm gonna miss that just a little. She'll figure it out. We'll probably jump on Chong. Hole in the door is pretty baffling. It's so the cats can go through. As Slavka showcased. There she is. So the cats can go through, but Pippi can't to get to the litter box. Oh, and we're off. Yes, I'm here. I'm on my way with you. They are tolerating her pretty well. My kids are pretty tolerant. I'm very, very grateful for that. I was telling my dad how crazy she is. He was like, you're really lucky that all of yours are as chill as they are. What are you doing behind the toilet? Is that necessary? Come on, babe. You're just going to lay there? This is our visual? Safe space. Safe space. I am very grateful. Diesel is high energy, of course. But all of mine are they're very chill with whatever I throw at them, which I appreciate. No, Chauncey, do you want a bath? Do you want a bath? Do you want a bath? If you're in here, you're going to get a bath. Oh my god. Like him and Pippi are very low key. It's like, I will be your guardian. Are you a good big brother? Aww. Chauncey says, I will keep you safe. He says, I will take care of you. I will defend you to my last dying breath. You have a champion. What do you think about that? You have a champion to defend your honor. His name is Chauncey. Chauncey the champion. What do you think about all that? Stinks. Lita Slavka. Bathtub. She's so pretty. Oh my, what? No. Sorry, Chauncey. She said, no, that's okay. Only girls in the bathroom right now. Chauncey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You gonna climb on his back? Little pony dog. Slavka. No, not the bathroom counter. Honey, the bathroom counter is a mess right now. There's 2 bathrooms worth of stuff in here. It is a mess. It is a mess. Chauncey. Oh my gosh. Okay. There you go. Flip. There we go. Can we get out of the bathroom? I can't believe she smacked the door on Chauncey. Is this how you're going to view the world now? Like the beast in the Sandlot? In typical cat fashion, if the door is closed, I want to go through it. She's going to lay there. And I'm in here. And she's laying there. Well, now she's up. But I don't approve. I don't want to spend all night in the bathroom. I spend all morning in the bathroom. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. She is definitely very clingy with me. She's more like accepting of Ringo than Diesel, though. Diesel kind of sketches her out. I think she knows he's going to be fast. But they're doing really good otherwise. Like, all things considered. She's a tiny demon girl. Hi, Monster. But everyone does tolerate her pretty well. Good girl. You can check out the chair. That's Charlie's favorite blanket. That was the most stupid way to do that, but okay. Oh, Mama, I got my whiteboard up there. Will you move it out of your way? Whoa! Well, that didn't work. She's spooked because I moved it. Oh my god. You want to try again, sweetie? Come here. You can try again. I'm sorry. Come here. I didn't mean to spook you. Look. Look. There you go. You can go up there. You can scratch on this. You can do all the things. You can do all the things. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Literally, I've walked it 3 times before it flips. That's goofy. It's goofy. There you go. You're getting it. You're getting there. You do good, kid. You do good. We're gonna have to do Nana and Mimi's in a few. We gotta feed Gogo. We gotta feed Gogo before he turns into a pumpkin. Yes, we do. Okay. Tiny demon girl. Oh, next level. Oh, that mirror is heavy, but don't knock it over. She worries me. What do you think is there? What are we doing? We're going everywhere. Everywhere. Ah! I love having a baby. It's so much fun to have a kitten, they said. It's the best choice ever to have a kitten, they said. Climbing the monitor, climbing the walls, climbing the everything. Falling down, getting back up. Fall down 10 times, get up 11, right? See, now I really didn't think you would fuck with that. And you are fucking with that. That's a choice. Do you think you can jump up there? I don't think you can jump up there. Please don't try. Alright, tiny demon girl. That is a monitor. No. No. Nope. Nope. But why? But why, Mama? Are you gonna climb up there? Do you think that's gonna work? You found Chong. Or Chong found you. I don't know which one, Baboo. Oh, it smells like him over here. Oh my goodness. And Diesel, this dog. I think this dog is gonna be zoomy. See, oh wait, I forgot he's there. Oh yeah, he is there. No, don't growl at her. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Well, this is the ideal meeting circumstances for her. It's not the ideal meeting circumstances for Diesel. His reaction is understandable. Alright, Tiny. Little princess. I don't even know if he can see you over there, but come on. Slavka. Slavka. And get your snackies. Slavka. Snackies. Slavka. Slavka. Come on. No, she's the demon girl, not me. I didn't put horns on my head. She is the upstairs outstanding ears and floof. She has been very well behaved. Chauncey, quit farting. That's nasty. Get you in your room and then we'll get you your dinner and snackies. No. No, you gotta stay. You gotta stay. You gotta stay. Did good socials. Where are you going, you fucking alligator? Slavka. Jesus. She's like, no. I don't want to stop playing. Baby. She's throwing a tantrum. She's literally a child right now. She laid down and threw a tantrum. I've never seen a cat do that. She literally laid down and threw a tantrum. Tiny beast. Okay. You guys are in charge of this one for a minute. She makes choices. I gotta grab it. Oh, no, Tiny. Hold on. There you go. There you go. Hold on. I gotta grab your snacks. Crazy. Oh my goodness. Hi. You knocked the gate over. I thought I heard that. Tiny demon girl. You're so wild. I love you. You get some snackies. Snackies! Snack attack. Tiny demon girl. Slugga. She's like, why is there a gate? Why am I not allowed in my room? Meow. I'm gonna fill up your water more too. You drink so much still. I thought maybe she was just a big drinker because she was preggo before. Don't knock over the tripod, please, dear God. It's brand new and it's already on its last leg. But she's still drinking a lot. She's a thirsty girl. I don't know. Thirsty girl. Ready? Sloop. Yummy. Good job, sister. Oh God, what did I just press? Okay. Survived. I love you, tiny demon girl. She's so cute. She has no business being that cute. Hoping within the next couple of weeks she'll be fully upstairs. I just have to remember to add one more to the head count. I'm coming. You're gonna get some dinners. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Uh-huh, 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 uh-huh. Oh, yeah, uh-uh. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. I don't think I'm singing that right, but it's a song somewhere. Somewhere. Somewhere over the rainbow. Da da da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Oi. I was expecting a lot more mayhem too. The past couple of few introductions have been a bit more mayhem. However, tonight she was a very good girl. She didn't scare Chong into oblivion, and she only slightly traumatized Kid. So I'm proud of her. She did good. And Chauncey, you got the door closed on you. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. I don't know why I'm bothering to do this. We're about to go outside, and I just brushed my hair for no reason. I'm gonna go outside and it's gonna floof up again. It's gonna floof up. Hey, you, your brother Bear. No, you gotta wait. You gotta wait. Excuse me, ma'am. Miss Lady Ma'am. 1, 2, skibbity boo. Charlie got to sniff without busting out the deadly claws. Her claws are intense. I'm worried about that because you smacked the shit out of Chong. Remember that? That was not good times. You cannot do that to her. She is a tiny demon girl. A tiny demon girl. Okay. 1, 2, skibbity boo. Gotta get you more probiotics. 1 for Chauncey. Half for Pippi. Diesel. Make yours. You look a little chunky to me. You're coming back up. Get Diesel. The sequin. He takes what, 1.5, so it all balances out. He's like, I will wait, I will be good boy. I will be good boy. There you go. Okay, now Go-Go's. I need a fork. I have to open a new can for him. Our baby Go-Go's. Baby Go-Go's. There's plastic everywhere, somewhere. There we go. Oh, that's a weak spoon. Dog food. Thick. It's a weak spoon. You need a powerful spoon. Is that 2 forks in 1? No. That is a runaway spoon, though. Excuse me, Miss Charlie. Thank you, ma'am. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Alright, let's make brother. Make brother dinner. Ringo's a slow eater. He's just a cruncher, muncher, grazer. So, he will take about as long as it takes to take the other dogs out. Finish his food. Hi. I was listening to a song by Good Charlotte on my stream earlier, and now I've been stuck in my head. It's a good song, but I wish it would stop. Lost Kibble. Ringo knows how to eat off of a fork. Go. I learned this the other day. He's like a little person. I love that for him. He's just a little person. I love dogs. They're so stupid but so smart. Okay, do a third of a can. Sometimes the food gets stuck on the fork. That's how I learned that. I was like, here, get this. I don't want to shake it off. Okay, you're gonna eat your eats. Eat your eats. Eat your eats, Charlie. You don't eat dog food. She says I'll try it though. I'll try it. You can't stop me. Can't stop me now. I'm eating the dog food. My name's Charlie Bear. I love her. She's insane. She's insane. He is so gentle. Ringo's his people's too. Ringo is literally the kind of dog that I used to pray would show up on my porch in a box when I was a little kid. Like, as just like, free puppy for you from the angels. I don't know. No offense to you guys. I love you guys very much. But Ringo is somehow magically the dog that I've wanted all of my life. His mannerisms, his attitude, his everything. He's my Disney prince. Charlie is happy now that she doesn't have to share her space. Yeah, she's back to being the queen bitch. She says, fuck with me. This is my fridge. This is my house. This is my hood. This is my food. My hood, my food. Alright, are you guys ready to go outside? I was very obnoxious. I will finish my balls off stream. It's obnoxious. Though I feel like it is acceptable to slurp with boba. Because you can't get the rest of them without. But it's not pleasant to listen to. I think it like amplifies with the mic too. Giggity. I'll suck on my balls after stream. Not now though. Are you ready to go sides or are you still eating? Okay, let them go outside first so you don't barrel into everyone. We're still working on this. And I'm going to need to go out with them. I'm going to put the camera on with Ringo. I'm going to step out with the crazies and then I'll be back and we'll take Go-Go out. Oh, you ate fast today. You're almost done. Or I'm just slow. That's very possible. Very possible. BRB. Ringo, you're in charge. And I have to pee. Go outside. 1 minute. 1 minute. Everyone into their cat appropriate houses. Hi, Charlie. Yeah, fuck that chair. There we go. Diesel. Diesel says hi, everybody. Oh my god, son. Calm your pants. Calm your pants. Take your collar off. Sit. Sit on your Doomba. Good boy. Okay. House. No, not on the house. In the house. In. Thank you. Okay. Baby, you gotta go in your house too. Little flower child. You take your cone off to do it. Chauncey's such a good boy. He already in his house. Chauncey knows the rules. He knows the rules of the road. Chauncey respects the routine. You're a flower child. It's velcroed to your hair. Oh my god. Alright, you gotta go in your house, sis. Come on, Pippies. Come on, Pippies. Come on, Pippies. Come on, Grandma. Come on. Put your butt in. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Charlie. Gonna holler at your girl? Okay. Mer. Charlie has many words to share. That's Diesel's entrance. I didn't know there are rocket launchers in Chicago. Diesel proving otherwise. Diesel is now known as the Flying Diesel. Like the Flying Dutchman, but the Flying Diesel. Sores. It's Monday. I would not blame you or fault you for being tired. Charlie's awake enough for all of us. Alright, Bubbalo. You put your leash on. Go outside. Go see your kitties. Ringo gets so excited when we're at a vet office and he sees a cat. And I have to remind him it's not his cats. It's not your kitties. Go on. Hi, kid. Go on. Hi, Charlie. Marbles will slap you. Okay. You have such a happy butt. You have the happiest butt I've ever seen. The happiest butt I've ever seen. We'll be back. Gonna go on some poop adventures. Hold on, phone boy. There you go. You're silly. Ringo gets post-poop zoomies like a cat. Neighbor left their garage door on. I know you get zoomies like a cat. Everyone can give Ringo a round of applause for good poops. Ringo. The cat is fine. It's not gonna beat your ass. That's your brother. He wants to play and then he like acts like he gets scared. You know which one will smack you and which one won't. She'll smack you. That one won't. Come on. Room. Room. Ringo. Room. 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 Ringo. Room. Come on. Come on, goober pants. Nope. We got stuck. There you go. There you go. You did it. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, big head. I'm proud of you, big head. Your mom is styling right now. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The most stylish. The most stylish. Woo! It looks so stupid. Let me take your leash off, pony. Leash. Leash. Good boy. You did good poops. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you and your butt. Your butt did good stuff. Yes. You put your collar on the charger. Nom 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 nom. I love you. That's my sleeve. I love you. You big goobery. You big goobery. You're a big goober. I love you. No, that's your collar. I'd like that back, please. Thank you. Okay, cats. I don't think dogs are demanding. Oh my god. Oh my god. She does do that though. She sits there and she's like, "You want to fuck with me, bro? I'll fuck you back 6 times harder, and I don't even have claws." She's something else. She's, I think, the only animal I've ever met that actually knows their size, like, exactly. Charlie. And she knows that she can be intimidating. She stands her ground. She is a tough, independent, tabby woman who don't take no shit from nobody. Okay, everyone's collars are plugged in for the morning. Yay. Yay. Should do the good old papa. She get you good. Alright, you get crunchies. You get crunchies and munchies. And crunchies and munchies. Woo! I just throw Chong's bowls across the floor. Like as if we're at a bar. Throwing the drinks down the table. I can take my outside shoes off probably, yeah? Because we're not outside. Meow meow. Meow meow. Meow meow putty tat. You need to top up on your bowl. Charlie Bear. Charlie Bear with the slow feeder. Charlie's, if you're standing in your bowl, I can't pour it for you. There you go. Hold on, Monster. You're next. Well, technically, you're next after Kid. Hi, Kid. Hi. I don't know why, but Kid loves eating in my bedroom. That is his happy place. And Chong is to come in and make sure that Kid isn't getting something different than what he gets. Monster's gonna get some chicken in a little bit. I got Temptations that I think were not good. Like, went bad. Even though they're still within the date. Because they made Monster really sick for a few days. It was scary. So now he's just getting a bunch of churros and chicken. I don't want to give him more Temptations right now. Temptations at this point don't sponsor me. I have to figure out how to record it. So I have 2 boxes from that batch or lot or whatever number it is. Marbles. Sloop. Okay, Charlies. Hi, Munster. Munster has such a voice about him, doesn't he? Munster. You get different stuff. But I like that you're hollering for it. Because otherwise, he'd be not feeling good. Excuse me, Kid. Ready? There we go. Thank you. I didn't want to spill any on your head. It's never fun times. Then I have to clean it up. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Munster just screeches. Yeah, Munster has a storm door on his door. It used to just be the regular door closed, but I didn't like not being able to see him. So I installed a storm door. That I'll probably take with me to the French. Because who the fuck else would use a storm door indoors? Probably not anyone normal. And that's okay. And, unless I can't, I want to take this with me too. I like this door. I feel like that's very much my dad coming out. That is true. Cats do the double whap. Papa, pa, papa. Unless they're trying to get your attention, and then they're like, just one paw. Just one paw. Normal is boring. Storm doors on all the doors. Chicken for all the cats. Just kidding. Then they'd be too spoiled. And we'd never be able to live a normal life again. Chicken! Chicken, chicken. Grumpy Munster. Munster, Munster. You gonna holla at your moms? Holla at your moms? Chicken. 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 I'm gonna have gross chicken fingers. It's not for monsters. There you go. Why is that right next to your water? You're gonna knock it over. So fun. Monster. Beast. You should knock that over. There you go. Little chicken monger. I guess I could use a spoon for this, but I mean, why? Why waste a spoon? There you go. And top it with some churro. Churro for you. Double chicken. Now you gotta go wash hands. I love you, Munster. You are my son, the one true king. And this is garbage. technically recycled, but still. Cool. Oops. Broke that again. I don't know what my problem with tripods are. Or is. I don't even know the proper grammar for that. What tripod's problem with me is. There we go. It's not my fault, it's the tripod's fault. Oh my goodness. Munster is doing so much better than a few weeks ago. He was doing amazing up until we got a new box of Temptations. Then his stomach got upset again. But he's probably tomorrow he'll feel like 80% better. And then I expect the next day he'll be 100%. He's like 60% all good today. He's eating his kibble again, but still desperate for the chicken. I'm gonna wash my hands. I feel so bad. I don't know what else would have caused that though. I took him to the vet, we did blood work, we did all the panels, everything came back normal. And the only thing that was different was a new box of treats. And I remember looking at it and thinking, this looks kind of weird, like it looked greasy. But then I smelled it and it smelled fine. So I was like, this is fine. But apparently it was not fine. I'm not going to try giving it to anyone else. Like, here, see if this is stomach upset. The correct nomenclature is tripods be tripping. I mean, I be tripping over them, and that's probably what's breaking them. So either me or the zoo. You're not wrong. Just requires a lot of adjustment. It's not necessary. All right, you guys crunchy your munchies. You don't need the bathroom light on anymore. It's ceiling cam. I give up. Ceiling cam. And then as soon as the face is down, the murderer in the movie is about to pop out. It's actually kind of a trippy visual. Like, I'm watching it and I find it interesting. That's even better to come back to adventure music. I give up on this tripod. If I have to hold it like this to keep it steady, I'm over it. Over it. So like an hour and a half of go time takes us down to like 23% battery. I've been meaning to roughly clock that for a while. Just so I know when to expect to grab a battery pack or not. Let the kitties do their eats. Except my face. Goofy. Alright, let's figure out what food for Ringo go. Let's figure it out. You don't want moderate calorie. Just the plain one, not the fiber one. Okay, they have an actual site. They have an actual site. I'm gonna have to order it through my vet's pharmacy. It's very expensive for either. Why is this looking for Yorkshire Terrier? So it won't be big kibbles. I don't want low fat. I want full calories. And I did ask to make sure, and these will meet his puppy nutritional needs. For cat. Oh, that's treats. For cat. It's high fiber. high fiber. What's that one? Moderate no, we want full calorie. The biggest they sell is like 22-pound bags. Like, my dog is 90 pounds. Come on now. Ingredients. I might consider making his food myself, but that's meeting needs very carefully, and I'd like to try a kibble basis first. Gastrointestinal loaf. I don't know why that disgusts me so much, but when pet food is referred to as a loaf, I don't know, that disgusts me. I don't know why. What's Pia? Oh, that's just protein. PP, protein, 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 protein. Right, yeah, that's it. Loaf. I think part of the feeding instructions for Royal Canin, though, includes the wet food. And I do like him having wet food. £22 sounds like a snack. Yeah. Like, his current bag of food. Is 40 pounds. And it lasts him about 3 weeks. Is there price on this one comparatively? That's not a button? You fucknut. Oh. I clicked it too many times. It's not very intuitive. So, 40 bucks for 40 pounds for like 3 weeks. Versus now we're gonna have to do 22 pounds for 113. And that'll last like a week and a half. Though they have a little deal. But I want to do it through my vet's pharmacy. I got pet insurance for him because he goes to emergency a lot. And as soon as that kicks in, I want to do the Texas A&M panel. They'll look at all of his insides and take a couple of biopsies. He won't have to go to Texas. Like, they'll do it here and then, like, send it out. And they'll be able to fine-tune what's going on in his insides. Hopefully better than we can fine-tune what's going on in my insides. It's very pricey. Like, I'd like to start him on the... At least the Purina one is 25 pounds, but 115. I'd like to start him on just kibble. For something better. But... I'd like to try to make his food moving forward once he's at a good baseline. I guess this is the one that I'm looking for, so I don't need to look more for it. Where is the corresponding wet food, though? There. Oh, why is that one? Oh, they're both script required. The naturals is more expensive, I think. I don't think we need to do naturals. That probably would have been good to use for him. I did not consider that. Oh no! Give me it back. Thank you. Here's your ingredients. the dry food. That's the can. Alright, dry food versus dry food. No, go back to your page. Thank you. Go back to the page of which you came. Chicken byproduct meal, rice, corn, brewer's yeast, brewer's rice. I don't like the... I think this one is actually a little more expensive, but it's 25 pounds versus 22. I don't like that chicken is not the first ingredient at the very least. I don't like that that says meat byproducts either, but what else are you going to expect in canned food? This one looks like it has a lot less filler in it. But do they have the same guaranteed analysis? 23%, 23%, 10.5 crude fat, 18 crude fat, crude fiber 2, 3.7, moisture content matters too, 12%, 10%. Dang, Purina kind of wins out on the moisture content, but he's gonna have wet food anyway. Hi, Voya. Some delicious hoof. It's nasty. I don't want to know what meat byproduct is. I don't want to know. Ash? How ashy does this food need to be? I don't see that one on here. I don't know what that would be. Why does he need to be ashy? 1.1% calcium. This one doesn't have a calcium labeling on it. Seems like for different reasons, one is better than the other depending on what you compare. Magnesium, zinc, vitamin A, vitamin E. It's not even on there. What about the wet food? Wet food for dog. Pork byproducts. Oh, I don't know about Royal Canin. Meat byproduct. I mean, that could just as easily be pork. Pork isn't good for dogs. It's a fatty meat. Bless you. Kind of leaning towards the Purina. What's the price point? That's so weird. I guess that is a button. It's probably the biggest upside about being a vegan is not have to worry about what meat byproduct is. No, unless I'm shopping for the dogs, I don't have to worry about it. What the fuck? Oh. I didn't pay attention, I just slid it. Where do you go? There? Okay. Cool. Cool. I'm shopping for the dogs at Walmart is usually actually the easiest place to find not rib filler chicken breasts. Case of 24, $100. 100 to 120. Let's see what the actual price is through the pharmacy, but fuck. I don't know about that one. Highly palatable. Which was the one with the feeding? He's more than 88 pounds, but let's just go off of that. Charlie, stop bitching. Beach, beach, beach. $3,092 calories. Over 100. What was I looking for? Oh, full calorie. Comparative. 3503. Why are you so mad? 3902. I like that Royal Canin has more calories though. What is your problem? What? Stop. That's absolutely unnecessary. That's unnecessary conduct. Unnecessary conduct. Chong was upset that, or Charlie was upset that Chong was by her food. Hi, Voya. I'm the queen of falling down socks. The queen. Hey, Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean and the queen. Aw, write a kid's book about us. Mr. Bean. You're so cute. I have not seen that captcha yet, and my stupid iPhone brain just saw swipe, swipe. I blame the phone. I blame the phone. Alright. I like the more caloric concept. And I like that this one... I like that Royal Canin has chicken byproduct as the first meal, or the first ingredient at the very least. Because Purina's first ingredient is rice. That's just filler. Filler, 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 filler. Then meat. Want meat to be the first ingredient. I think we're gonna end up going with the Royal Canin one, and it's more caloric. I don't like the composition of the wet food though. I guess we're in Naperville tonight. That's where my VPN put me. Actually, I feel like Naperville is just as recognizable as Chicago. I don't like that that's in the wet food, though. But it also has more vegetables, more vitamins than the other one. See, that's what makes me nervous about, like, making food myself, too. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, just put in a little sprinkle of marigold extract? How to do all of this? I don't know. I took a nutrition class years ago for animals. I'm gonna have to reconsult that. It's about comparable for price. Oh wait, did I lose the Royal Canin kibble? Here's the other Purina. Usually the captures are double purpose, preventing bots from logging in while training future machine learning to do something. I'm not sure what the slide puzzle capture could be teaching. Maybe we'll have to pay attention to what websites they're on. Maybe they're more old people friendly. Like, I really can't imagine Grandma figuring out, like, the weird letter scribble ones. They challenge my dyslexia. Very sexy learning disorder. What is it called, Kip? Sexlexia. I have a feeling we're gonna go with Royal Canin. That kinda sucks, but... Oh, it'll put it together for me. Okay. That's cool. What are we gonna call Ringo? Just go with Great Dane. What the hell is a Great Gascony Blue? I've never heard of this. Oh, it's such a cute dog. It's a hunting dog. There's a Treeing Walker Coonhound that I've had that breed stuck in my head for a couple weeks, but I couldn't remember what it was called. I knew it was a something tree something coonhound. And sure enough, I saw it when I was scrolling Reddit and someone did their doggy DNA test and it came up on there. I was like, that's the name of the dog I was trying to figure out. This dude's really cute. Looks like a mix between like a Springer Spaniel and a Basset. Or a Springer Spaniel and a Hound Dog. Aw, he got short legs. He's cute. They're cool dogs. That's too many E's. Treeing Walker Coonhound. We had one come into the shop that I used to work at years ago and it was neat. I always felt bad though. They took the dog hunting and I know like that's a job for them and what they were bred to do and all of that stuff. But the dog would always come in with the legs. They had a German long hair pointer too, I think. And the dogs would always come in to get a bath after being out in the brush. And they would come back with like their legs all red and like torn up from, not like abusively, but from being out in the brush. Pretty dogs. Their hair is so easy to manage too, with it being wiry. Like it doesn't look like it. They look fluffy. But their hair is so easy to manage because it's wiry. I like it. They were good dogs. Big cutie. Big cutie patootie. Yeah, running through all the sticky bushes. They'd come in with a bunch of burrs and... I mean, they were well cared for. They were just out doing their job, hunting with Dad for a weekend. It was a cool dog, though. And they really can climb trees. One more tangent before walkies and eeps. Or eeps and... No, walkies and eeps. I get that you guys went for walkies. Oh, my most recent search is for True Crime Thursday. I got a good one for us. My dad actually brought this one to my attention. It's not necessarily true crime, but it's like a crime against humanity for how it was done. But thankfully my search history isn't showing it. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. It's cool. Like, it's a squirrel. Oh, dog and a cat. feel like whoever invented that breed was probably like, oh yeah, I'm unstoppable. I can get anything now. Feed my family for generations. They're such cool dogs. They're so agile. They remind me of mountain goats. They're like Mustangs. Cat dog cartoon was a prediction. They really do it in a cat-like manner. I mean, they have to like get their go to get up there, but is Cicada 3301 a real thing, or just something invented now to traumatize me? Like they can like jump and like actually climb like a person. It's cool. As long as it's not about the bug. Throw it in the Discord, I'll check it out. I don't want to learn. I just want to watch the dog climb trees. The only thing is they can't stop like mid-climb and like dig their claws in like a cat. So it can either keep going up with enough energy built up, or it can only focus on going that far. You have to like breed it with panthers or something, and I don't think we want to do that. I love watching dogs do their jobs. It's just cool to me. But yeah, you have an excellent job. You're very good at your job. You're cute. Your only job is to be cute.
Doggy! That's how we change our doggy!
Yeah, and we wonder why she escapes from the fence.
Yeah!
So tall. So cool. Scales a 6-foot chain link fence. It's like a husky in slow motion. Oh, that looks cute. Crapopolis. It's on Netflix, isn't it? I've seen it bebopping around. Just making fun of the domestication of wolves. I gotta see this. How would that relate though? Aren't they in like Greek times?
Speak. Get up. Get up.
You gotta train Diesel to do that. I feel like he could do it.
Good boy.
It's just like effortless. It's amazing.
Come on down. Good boy.
I might still have Discord open. I opened it earlier. I do. Where is this? What's this? What's this? Yeah, da, 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 da. What's this? What's this? Da, 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 da. How mankind not prevented, befriended wolves. Cicada 3301 is a name given to 8 sets of puzzles. Are those like Rorschach puzzles? Oh, they're on 4chan? Whoa, that sounds cool. We gotta put that one on the list. I don't want to learn too much about it yet. But it looks really nifty. It was like Rorschach puzzles, and then they said 4chan. Work comes early tomorrow, and boo. Boo. Doom. Doom upon them all. I feel for you. Get some good sleep tonight, the Mad Topher. It was nice seeing you. Slavka had fun running around being a tiny demon. Get some good EPs. Thank you for chilling.
Wolves.
I appreciate
They're
you.
smart, yet savage.
Wolves.
Organized,
yet impulsive. Not unlike man.
He's a centaur scorpion? What?
Wolves. They're smart yet savage.
Is he a griffin? What is he? Oh no, don't dream of tiny demon girls. Slavka will not let you sleep. She'll let you sleep for like 30 minutes and then it's either playtime or lick FaceTime or stop on FaceTime or jump on you. It's something time.
Organized.
You do not get good sleep with that girl.
Not unlike man. Schlub, if you start with that,
I think she'll be better about it once she's out with everyone though, like fully.
A non-sexual hump. And that's why you're the Cyclops for this mission. Sis.
Call him a
This new
manticore.
technology will allow you to walk among wolves, perceived as one of their own.
Oh, that's the same voice as dude who played Clancy, I think is his name, in Midnight Gospel. If no one's ever seen Midnight Gospel, highly recommend. The guy with the fishbowl head.
Perceived as one of their own.
His voice is very soothing to me. I like it. Boy, you're so cute.
Kids,
I will non-sexually hump you.
Then let's begin.
Oh, I don't even have it on screen. I'm in tired girl hours. Don't mind me just watching solo. Oh, Serena. Serena. Redo.
They're smart yet savage. Organized yet impulsive. Not unlike
Like,
man.
wait a second. I'm looking at this on the wrong window. And it's not playing on the right window. Or technically the left window.
This mission, sis. This new
It's the story of my
technology will allow
life.
you to walk among
Watch
wolves,
cartoons and
perceived
drift
as
off.
their own. Is that a tank of wolf pee? Is that a problem?
You calling me scared? I will non-sexually
Excuse me.
Kids, there's no need to fight. We'll all get our chance.
I'm very amused by her shoulder situation here. With it being like the whole animal mouth. Not like just draped over with the head forward as it usually would be. Ah. Excuse me.
What do you say we visit your leader?
Oh my god.
Hey everybody, 2 wolves approaching. I'll be living with you guys, learning your secrets. Not that they're secrets to me. I'm a wolf.
In ancient times, that's me. I'm a wolf. Living with you guys, learning your secrets.
Is that your boss? What'd he say? Something good?
Oh. Maybe I don't want that to be me. Ouch.
Step back. I'm not wounded. I'm just in this position because it's badass.
No, but they're both in the same position. Is that gonna be their unlikely friendship? And he chases the stick. Go, Diesel, go.
You making fun of me? You bring more
This is hilarious, but wholesome.
Thanks for bringing all those steaks. I assume this is like a truce, so I'm gonna lay down and either heal or die, and I'll kill you in the morning.
I have no idea what you're saying. Aww. See, now how can you hate something? It's just a little baby spoon. It's a baby spoon. Oh.
Stay in my room until my family can get used to you. But I walk around a lot. You like walking around? And after a while, maybe our species can form some kind of...
Attention, wolves! Withdraw or die!
Uh-oh. This is Sparta.
We can be friends. This wolf and I.
Oh, they're going
slept
all
together.
Pocahontas on it.
Oh, Grandma.
That's sweet, sis, but I don't think these wolves understand.
Wolf, you can understand me, right? Okay, great. I'll talk to my army and you translate for yours. Listen to me. Humans and wolves are
This
not
looks
that
cute.
different. We're smart but violent. Especially mean to our own
It's good
kind.
food. Be good.
Maybe we finally found the one animal that really gets us.
It looks very enjoyable. It looks like an easy, relaxing watch.
We're gonna be friends with wolves.
That's not like incredibly boring. Which isn't hard to do with cartoons, but it looks like they did a good job with this one.
How's it going?
Well, they are interested in a domestic relationship.
That's great.
I don't know.
Oh, it's What's His Nuts from What We Do in the Shadows and
They want to be escorted outside so they can poop and pee
the Office
wherever they
guy
want,
from-
and whenever they do it, they want to be told they're good at it.
Okay, that took a turn. What are they offering us? Can we milk them?
whatever it's
no
called.
milking, no hauling. Look, I'm a very
I love the show. What is it?
kind of guy, but this
I
is
can't
the
think while listening. Oh my god, the British show with the three guys and Jen. The IT crowd. There we go. Thank you. The IT crowd. Matt Berry. He has such a simple name and I can never remember it.
And I can't advise mankind
Duncan Trussell. Oh shit, he does the voice for Clancy. Duncan Trussell is a good podcast. I like his. He releases a new one roughly every weekish.
Look at this little guy.
They're not video form anymore though. They're all
Agree to everything. Stop being a jerk.
just audio form. I like to have my podcasts on in video form, but then rarely watch them and just listen to them as I go through the house, but come back to the visual as needed. Just ass backwards as fuck. That looks funny. Ah, excuse me. I want to see it. We gotta schedule in this cicada movement too. It sounds interesting. The only spoiler I will give for this week's True Crime Thursday is that it was very difficult to find snippets of content about it that were not pro-Jesus. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, and secondary clue. My dad actually watched a documentary about this and recommended it to me. He's like, you've got to check this out. You've got to check this out. You've got to check this out. You've got to. So apparently we gotta. That's the rule. Did music startle you? I feel like podcast by name shouldn't be video form. I like them in video form though. I like to see who's talking. I don't know. Maybe it's an only child thing though. Who else is an only child and likes podcasts in video form? It makes me feel like I'm like sitting on the couch doing my own thing, privy to someone else's conversation that I'm not intruding upon. I don't know how to describe that. True crime is Jesus getting stabbed but somehow living. The oldest true crime of all. I mean, that could be brought into play with what we're about to see this week. I don't know. It might be a part of it. It might be a part of it. I will be a little bit surprised, but not horribly shocked if you guys have heard of this. I've never heard of it. I think it's pretty obscure, and it's also something that took place in the 20s, I believe. Double check. So, I mean, it certainly predates all of us, unless, you know, one of my grandpa's pals is in here. In which case, sup. How's the fish fry at the VFW lately? 1925. It's the last spoiler I'm given. We got both the boys up here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hello, monkeys. Gotta sniff that butt. Gotta sniff that butt. Gotta sniff that butt. 105+ viewers out there. I see you. Real recognize real. Gunther is ready for lap. He is. He's ready for bed. You wanna lay in here and snuggle with them tonight? With all the fire smoke and bad air out here. Not that, you know, what we're experiencing here is anything compared to where the fires actually are. 'Cause it's terrible there. He's been feeling a little snuffly. He wasn't feeling good today. I'm gonna keep an extra close eye on you tonight. Yep, he's in bed like, come on, Mom. Let's go. A snuggle-a-row. Surprised Void didn't make a move for the lap. He's more stingy about lap when I'm wearing dresses. I don't know if he knows that, like, there's not clothing to cushion him. Or that will cause chaos, but he's a very well-behaved boy. He's mindful of dresses. Mindful. He makes the air so bad, and then it looks so spooky and Silent Hilly outside. It's no bueno. Good to not work outside during it, though. I try to not even walk the dogs during, like, daytime hours with it. Or where it's too sunny and warm and too much. I think the worst it got over here was, like, 165 AQI, which I'm sure it's much higher by you. We have, what, the Canadian? I'm guessing Canadian wildfire is blowing down. That's usually what it is, because you'd be a little far. Yeah. They've moved on from here. It looks like lingering more towards the East Coast. Jeez, wildfire smoke was like smoking half a pack a day. Sundowns do look so eerie. It's very creepy. It looks very eerie. It looks unnatural. I don't like driving through when it's hazy like that. It makes me feel like I have to go like this every 2 seconds. And that's not fun. It's like, is this my eyes or is this reality? Like, what's going on here? What is happening? What is happening, Bean? Hi, baby boy. Alright, we are grooving towards Eeps. And then, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I speak nothing of the schedule because when I speak it, I jinx it. I speak nothing of it. But I think tomorrow will be a good day. Oh God, thank you. I think I will get some good sleep tonight. I'm glad the Ringo crisis is less of a crisis too. That was very scary. I literally just spent like a good week staring at him. Just staring at him. Which he loved all the extra attention, and that was wonderful and nice, and everyone enjoyed me only paying attention to them. But it's like, bro, there are things in life that I would like to accomplish. There are things I would like to do. There are things I would like to be a part of. Oh, goodness golly. I'm grateful I don't have to like worry about an Addison's crash out. And it wouldn't be hard to treat, but I'm glad we don't have to treat it either. Although arguably that'd be a little bit less expensive to treat than the prescription food, but I think we settled on Royal Canin. That one looks the best. Yeah, so what I'm thinking, it was wonderful to see you, and thank you for being a part of the zoo. Club Cult is just a subsect of the zoo, kind of like Tank's room. You guys are a part of the madness. And thank you all for socialing Slavka with me tonight. Tiny demon girl. We love her. I think she's gonna acclimate well. As soon as she's done pissing off the other cats. And is a little bit more calm and aware of everything, then we'll introduce Diesel. Then sometime this week. Ah, thank you so much, Smoops. Thank you for the 8 months. What a beautiful present right before bed. Thank you so much. Thank you for being the awesome human you are. Thank you for supporting the Stream the Dreams project. You are wonderful. Do you boys want some snacks before bed? Do you? Do you? Thank you. Sometime this week, Ringo and Diesel will be going for a walk together, so then they'll be good together. They said hi through the gate. I think they're fine. They're just gonna want to zoom around in the yard together. Thank you so much. Let's get the boys some treats before bedtime. Not churros, because apparently Gunther does not agree with churros. Or churros do not agree with Gunther. It sounds like a very putting on the Ritz vibe to it. It's not that song, but it feels like it. Yeah, don't twist my arm about it. Readies? For Gunther's? No, that one's for Gunther's. Mr. Voya, sit. Sit on your Doompa. Sit on your Doompa. Sit on your Doompa. Are we not gonna do that tonight? Sit. Sit. Oh, thank you. Yummy. You do up. Up, up. Up, up. Oh, good big bear. You wanna hold it? There you go. Good job, buddy. Here you go, Gunthers. Say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How come Gunther just gets treats and I have to work for them? Because, boy, it's really cute when you do tricks. And you get an extra treat because of it. He got one more treat than Gunther. Haha. They're so spoiled. Oh my goodness. If ever, I can never stop streaming. They would give me dirty faces all day. Not that they wouldn't get treats otherwise, but they're like Pavloved into the sound now. I can never stop streaming. We're stuck. We're stuck with you guys, or you guys are stuck with us, for better or for worse. Aw, thank you all for everything tonight. I appreciate you, Bibs. Nice midnight snacky indeed. Gunther's happy. He's hunkered down and happy. And Voya is pleased. He's pleased. I mean, they would just be upset. I can't upset them. Can't do that. Can't do that. Alright, Club Cult. It is bedtime-ish. Ish. Thank you all for a wonderful night. Thank you for socialing with Slavka with me and feeding the zoo beans. I still gotta do your ice. I'm out of order tonight. I gotta remember to do that. Ice, baby. Dun 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 dun. Ice, baby. See you later. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. That doesn't get said as much anymore as it should. I like that phrase. It's cute. Thank you all for a wonderful night. Thank you for your chats, your time, your support, and your company very, very much. Thank you for your time more than anything. Your time is very valuable. It's one of those few things in life that you only get so much of and you can't make more, and you don't get any back, and thank you for giving me yours, whether it is for 2 seconds, 2 minutes. 2 hours. I won't see you again for 2 years. Our times collide. It's beautiful, magical, amazing, and incredible. And I appreciate it very much. You can make more money, you can make more friends, you can make more controllers that apparently are still plugged in. Oopsies. You can make more silly dumb phones. You can't make more time. And thank you for yours. See, now I want to know how many people think it but don't say it. And what's stopping you from saying it? Or maybe it's just like a Midwest thing. I don't know. We're overly friendly for no reason sometimes. I don't know what happened to me, but I don't know. You guys want to keep up with me offline, hop into the Disky Boo. Otherwise, we got the fun stuff. The socials. Some more fun stuff. And the sketch for roughly-ish when I will see you babes next. This week is a little goofy, but I think it makes sense. And that's all I will say without jinxing it. Knock on wood, throw salt, spin around 3 times, etc. Thank you all for being a part of the Stream the Dreams project. I appreciate you, babes. Very, very much. Gotta get a study going on. Got homework now. It's like in school when you're taking a survey, like walking around the lunchroom. But instead now, I'll create a Google Doc, and every person that you pass on the street, you have to interview, like, stupid influencer style. Like, excuse me. And then, oh wait, never mind. See you later, alligator. And then wait for the after while crocodile. And then mark off, like, a tally yes or a tally no. I can construct that way too quickly. That is a little concerning. But I'll take it. Time for zoomies? No, it's time for zoo-z's. No more zoomies. No zoomies. No zoomies. No zoomies. You just wanted to do scritching. Gunther's like, what? Zoomies? I'm already in bed. Whereas, like, she's still at this desk. Ugh, I have to jump up and get her again. I have to come get her. Oh, that emote is so cute. So cute. Boy is gonna come and fetch me again. And then I shall disappear. I feel like if he could, he would, if like humans had scruff, he would grab me by my scruff and take me to bed right now. Like, come on, lady. Come on, lady. Okay, I know, I promised snuggles tonight. You guys were very patient for the last God knows how many days of you're on the keyboard. Ringo and Slavka and everything. Oh my goodness. You've been so patient. Okay. Baby is baby. Snuggle in. Snuggle in. There you go. Just melt. Just melt. Just melt. He's making the dirtiest face. He's like, lady, this is not hold time, it is bedtime. Do me one favor before I see you BBs next, and that is remember, please, that you are wonderful. You are amazing. You are incredible, phenomenal, fantastic, and oh so gorgeous. No one told you yet today. Take all those compliments and put them in your voya. In your back pocket, your front pocket, your side pocket, your hoodie pocket, your shirt pocket, floating in suspended animation. Wherever it needs to go until I see you next, you sweet babos. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Get some good sleeps. And I shall see you, babes, soon. Expect a lot of puppy baths this week. Pippi and Chauncey are a mess. And apparently Ringo's stinky. I don't think he's stinky. But my buddy said he's stinky. So I guess Ringo needs another bath. I roll. But thank you all again for everything. And I shall see you soon. The best good sleeps. Thank you for a wonderful night. Foya says bedtime. Nightclub Cult.
in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 won't you let the light shine through? Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the